Hello, beautiful light workers, Army of Light, Boots on the Ground, Earth Division. Shauna L. Francis here. Today is October 12th, 2022. It's the daily Ascension update. Kryon came through today. I'm feeling much, much better today than yesterday. The headache's gone. The teeth feel good. Thanks, everybody, for your concern and sympathy. I'm going to really miss these nice days. The weather here is just so gorgeous. And it smells crisp, and it feels good out here, just like crackling with fall energy. So I hope you're all enjoying yourselves and doing well. Let's see here. Last night, Halls of Amenti. More interaction with my reptilian aspect from 200,000 years ago. I don't want to go into too much detail, really not a whole lot to report. Just some awkward exchanges between the two of us and me just trying to get myself into this whole concept that I'm actually conversing with this being. Later on, after the experience, the guides of the Halls of Amenti said that this is actually a fragment of that aspect. So it's not the full-on complete being. It's a fragment, but that being will have everything, will have all the information that I need to know. So I'll be able to converse with this being, interact with this being, ask questions. We'll see how this goes. I'll keep you posted. One important thing or fun thing that I found out is she is female. She is actually female. So that was a cool little twist yesterday that came about. I'll keep you guys posted on how that's going. I guess it's really important for this part of my mission and understanding who and what I am, what we're doing here with the reptilian energy, our history here. It's just helping to paint a broader picture of the situation. Kryon today, full of lovely energy as always. He was super chipper. I'd say it was about an hour with Kryon this morning, with maybe 13 to 15 minutes of actual channeling. So most of it was energy work today with Kryon. Good morning. This is Kryon of Magnetic Services at your service, ready to tackle the day with you, dear one, ready to release the old and usher in the new. So I had my inspection yesterday. It went well with the floating home. There's some issues that need addressing. The thing was built in 1970. So it's got definitely some things I need to work on after I take possession, but nothing that is going to derail this purchase process. So I'm very, very excited about this, actually. So that's kind of, I think, what he's referring to here. The broader picture in terms of the ascension, but also for me with this move I'm going to be making. And when I say new, I mean everything's going to be new, shiny, brand new existence for humanity as a whole. For those who make the journey all the way to the new earth, it'll be a ride of a lifetime. So exciting. Dear one, how are you doing today? So I answered that question. And I just said, I'm feeling super excited. I'm feeling high vibration. I'm excited about this partnership with with Melchizedek and Kryon. I'm excited about bringing forth information that will be helpful for this ascension, will be important for people to understand. I'm feeling really great. And I asked, how are you, Kryon? He's like, wonderful, dear one. Thank you for asking. We're keeping this fun and light, taking it all in stride. We are leaving an indelible imprint here. This will be a deep imprint, Shauna, an indelible imprint here. All right. He says here, the space that we create together for the new requires that the old things get removed. You're parting with these old things. And sometimes you just don't want to let go of those things. Just as you, Shauna, you're getting ready to move into a new home. It's a perfect opportunity to do some cleaning, restructuring, and purging. Yeah, making space. I have talked to several people here who are feeling the need to do the same thing, to make some real space in their worlds, space that you hadn't had before. I'm doing the same. I do want to say, I had a one-on-one session with John Burgos of Beyond the Ordinary show. So he's had a show for about 10 years, and he interviews on his show all the big names in our field, in our space. And I did a one-on-one session with him, and he agreed to have me on his show. So I'll be having, I guess, an interview with John Burgos of the Beyond the Ordinary show in January. So he's booked up for this current season, so it'll be the next season. But my point being, he also, there and many other people being called to make space in your world. I mean, I'm assuming for what's coming. Not only for what's coming, but what is what the time that we need to be able to focus on our light missions, to be keeping things grounded, keeping us in the moment, allowing the energy work to happen. We talked about all the busyness, the static in our fields. We kind of are busy just to be busy because we feel like that's how we're supposed to be, and there's really nothing conscious there. So it's really getting rid of all that kind of way of being, making space for being deliberate, for being conscious, for being awake, not sleepwalking through our days, with, all these routines that we've set up for ourselves, right? So purging, restructuring, cleaning, getting rid of the old, making room for the new. All right, I'm definitely going to be doing that. You'll look at your belongings and say, do I still need this? Do I still need this in my space? Or is it time for it to go to a new home or perhaps be recycled? We're making space, cleaning out the debris, literally and figuratively, and it is perfect timing for this. And then he asked if he could do some energy work on me. So we did that for like 45 minutes. We did some deep energy work. It was lovely. And I came out of that pretty groggy, and I'd said, Kryon, is there anything else that you want to talk about today? And he actually went into quite depth about safety and about how we perceive safety here. He says here, I'd like to talk about safety. It's easy to have a false sense of safety based on preconceptions of what it means to be safe, and to apply the word or the descriptor of safe to a situation or a place or a routine. I hope that's making sense. Take a closer look at what you've decided safety means to you in your personal life. It's a single word, safety, that carries so much meaning and power in your minds. I'd ask that you begin to realize that safety is a judgment and an attribute that you have applied to a situation or a person, a place, a thing, based on preconceptions, based on past ideas, based on expectations. I'd really never thought of it this way before. I do know that our egos crave three things: safety, predictability, and comfort. But yeah, when you start to dismantle this word safety, and it's going to mean different things for each of us, but we really want to grab on and hold on to what feels safe for us, and that's a construct of the ego. And it may not be anything we can really apply with where we're going. So he continues here. There's really very little basis to what you would ascribe to be as safe. In the coming months and years, there may be times when the construct of safety in your minds gets rattled, gets shaken apart. You absolutely will be challenged. This will be a time to reknow that word, to dismantle that word, to apply new meaning to that word. As change ensues and the old continues to be dismantled, what you have decided as safe will also be dismantled, and you will be challenged to look inward at yourselves and reframe this construct. Things may not feel safe in the way that you have defined safety in the old paradigm. Yeah. But he continues here, and I like this. But please, friends, do not confuse lack of safety with change. Don't assume that because things are changing, they're not safe or they're unsafe. So don't confuse these things in your mind, because I think, letting go of the old, just like what Kryon talked about in the beginning, There's, there's safety in our stuff and in the things that we've surrounded ourselves with and things that we see every day, to change, to move, to make space. This is all creating, it's changing everything we know as routine. And this may feel unsafe, and he's challenging us not to just automatically assume that change means something is not safe any longer. But please, okay, you put a very tight box around the word safety. You've defined very tight boundaries for what being safe means to you. Today, I'm asking you to be open to considering new ways of feeling safe, possibly even letting go of that word altogether. If you were not looking for safety, what then would you be looking for? He says here, we're looking for evolution. We're looking for evolution. And this may require fearlessness. And the times that are coming may not feel safe in terms of the old paradigms, but it will be moving you to higher levels of existence, to a far better, more beautiful expression of yourselves. That makes sense to me. The whole construct of safety is completely dismantled in the new, because you know yourselves as one with all, working together toward common goals. Duality is reframed, separateness is reframed, and love and compassion become the norm. These are the gifts of the change that is upon us. Keeping the bigger picture, a larger awareness of this evolution will be what helps you ride this wave from a surfboard versus being pummeled by the waves. All right, and that's where he left it. Thank you, Kryon, for that. Okay, so definitely something that I want to ponder a little bit more. We're going to be catching ourselves just out of habit, thinking of things as being safe and unsafe. And, as things begin to be dismantled, making room for the new, that's going to be discombobulating. We're going to be feeling a little off kilter here, out of balance, and to be okay with that. And to not go running and hiding because it doesn't feel safe. We're facing this head on. We're going to ride that surfboard, guys, all the way into shore. I hope there's a shore. We're going to ride the surfboard nonetheless. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to call it good for the day. Remember, Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we're going to be doing an open Zoom line. I hope that you can be there. It sounds like there'll be a handful of you, so I'm so excited for this. And it'll be casual, and hopefully we will be feeling a little bit more supported, feeling a bit more community here, not feeling so alone and isolated with what's going on here. So we'll do that. We'll do that on Monday. All right, guys. I should be able to see you all tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. Mwah.